family, it's Tierra from the African Medicine Woman, and I am making this video today to talk about the difference between spirituality, witchcraft, and hoodoo. Okay, so I know a lot of people, as I've stated on all of my recent or past videos, that a lot of people are getting into their spirituality, which is really, really great because this is the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing. It is the year 2020, clear vision. So I'm very excited that everyone is hopping on the wagon, on the train of spirituality. But there are things that a lot of practitioners like myself see from other people that basically is a slap in the face for the people who holds this kind of practice dear to our hearts, okay? And I know I'm always, discussing the do's and the don'ts when it comes to hoodoo or whatever. That's because I like to make sure that the practices and the rituals are being done the right way that they're supposed to, excuse me. And it truly bothers me when people take hoodoo workings and turn it into something else, okay? I'm going to start with spirituality, breaking down spirituality, okay? Spirituality is basically knowing thyself, thy spirit, being free. The spirit is free, the spirit roams free. There's no boundaries on spirituality, okay? Spirituality is not being tied to a specific religion or belief, okay? So that means that basically you do what you want. Okay, this can be a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. And what I have learned over the years is that not having structure or something of like a structured belief system will lead you down the wrong path. Practicing things that you don't know nothing about, bringing harm to yourself and others, making things for clients that you have no knowledge of, tapping into things that you shouldn't. So being spiritual is great, but it's basically, I would say, if you're going to be spiritual, don't call yourself a witch or a hoodoo, practitioner or whatever the case might be, because those are three totally different things. Okay. So I want to move into witchery. As we know, a lot of people that get into spirituality automatically starts claiming the life of being a witch or a warlock or something of the nature. Okay. I used to identify as a witch because I thought it was cool. When I found out that I was an herbalist and herbs were my thing and I can heal people internally and spiritually, I'm like, oh, wow, that makes me a witch because I have all this power. I was totally wrong. Okay. Witches are on a different spectrum of physical being. There can be witches that walk this earth, but trust and believe when I say that they do not go around saying I'm a witch. Okay, you ever heard of the Salem witch trials? Right. Okay. It is I don't have anything against witches. They have their own spectrum on the spiritual plane. I know that I am not one because of the tools I use. Witches use their mind to make things move, make things happen. They don't need tools to do so. Okay? They don't need a cauldron. They don't need herbs. They don't need candles. They don't need any of the sort to make things happen in their life or for others that they are working for. Okay? Witches are on a different spectrum. Okay? So we have spirituality, as I explained, which is basically being free, not belonging to any category. That's what being spiritual means, okay? And then there's the witch, as I've explained, someone who can move things with their mind. They're more powerful beings. They're so powerful that they are over the Orishas, okay? They're over the Orishas, the deities that was sitting down in African culture to connect with us, to be, you know, kind of like our guides and our angels, what some people call them. They're above the deities like Oshun and Obatala and Isun and Papalegba and, you know, people like that, the deities in that nature. They're over them. So if you're out here calling yourself a witch, you might want to think again about that. Because if you say that you're over the Orishas, but you're calling help from the Orishas or any other deity, witches don't need to do any of the sort. They don't need help from any other outside source other than themselves. Okay. And then there's Hoodoo. Okay. That's what I practice. It is kind of like a religion. But it is not, because you don't have to be initiated to practice Hoodoo, but there are guidelines and practices that you must follow. You know, there's certain things that you must do the correct way, because we are tapping into a different source. We are tapping into a different energy. We are calling up on different deities when we practice Hoodoo. So there is a lot of practice that goes into that. A lot of basically studying, reading, and practice. You know, practice makes perfect. So, touching on the three things, being spiritual, being a witch, and being someone who practices Hoodoo things, I wanted to break that down because yet again, I'm on the internet and I see this other practitioner. She's selling, first of all, she's a Satan worshiper, and she's selling candles that literally the name of the candle is Satan's spiritual voodoo witchcraft candle. It does not make sense. You cannot mix spirituality, witchery, or hoodoo all together and call it one thing. They're three different total things. Like, they're just different. They're different things. And I have learned to grasp a religion or a belief such as hoodoo, because being lost or not having anything to follow will get you into trouble. Okay, being a spiritualist or being spiritual and not having anything to grasp onto, or an elder you can go to for help or guidance who have been doing it for years and years and years, will get you in trouble. You will mess up your life and other people's lives as well if you are not trained well, if you're not well practiced. So I just wanted to make a video just explaining the three different things, how, you know, what they are, how they work, and where the scale is. So if you're out here calling yourself a spiritualist and, you know, you're a spiritual person, that's fine. That's completely fine. But don't go around and say I'm spiritual and I'm a witch. Okay, because again, as I said, being a spiritualist, or, you know, I'm just spiritual, meaning that you're free to anything. You're open to anything. Anything can come your way and you fall for it. Like, you know, you have no belief system, you have no guidelines, you have nothing that you follow. And then again, like I said, there's witchery where they're on a spectrum above Orishas. Okay, and I haven't met a witch yet. I met a lot of hoodoo practitioners or people who practice hoodoo traditions. But I've never met a witch yet. I have not met a witch yet. And then there's hoodoo. Again, what I do. The practice of using herbs and candles and oils and salts and stuff of that nature is what makes me a hoodoo practitioner, herbalist, a holistic healer, whatever you want to call it. So this video wasn't going to be really long. I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of people are getting things mixed up in this day age, blending the concepts together when they don't go together. Okay. When people ask me, what is your belief system? What do you practice? What do you believe in? I always say hoodoo. I practice hoodoo. So that's what I believe in. It has its own belief system. I don't say I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. No, I'm not spiritual. I'm a hoodoo practitioner. So I practice hoodoo. We have our own belief system. We have our own things we believe in. I guess you could say it's kind of like a religion, but it's not like a religion because it doesn't bind you like religion does. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys to be very careful about what you claim to be and what others claim to be, and you go for the help. It is very vital that you pay attention to the person that you are deeming help from. Okay, you want to know their background. You want to know who they are working with, what deities they're working with, who they're calling up on, because it is very vital for you. People open doors to and gateways to places that will mess and screw up your life. You do not want that to happen to you, okay? Be very cautious. Just as I've said, I've seen a young queen. She's a Satanist, whoever Satan is. I have no idea. But she uses Baphomet for like a logo symbol. And knowing who Baphomet is actually an African deity, and not a Satan or demonic being. That's how I know people are lost in what they call spirituality. So I want you to be careful out here when you're buying certain hoodoo or voodoo. Well, not voodoo, because voodoo practitioners are very strict on what they do. Because hoodoo is a little bit more lenient than voodoo. I'm going to speak on what I know and what I sell and what other people are selling, which are hoodoo objects. Okay. Be careful. Be very mindful. And ask a lot of questions, okay? If you guys have any questions, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's been a long day. My week has been very, 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 very busy. But I want you to like this video. I want you to share it and subscribe. I thank you guys for offering me your time on this beautiful, Wednesday? That's how I know I'm losing track of time. But stay safe out there, y'all. Keep your eyes open, especially your third eye. Because this is the year of reveal. This is the year of the truth. And it is a lot of people out here frauding a lot of people because spirituality or hoodoo and all that kind of stuff and witchery is just on the map. This is the first time ever since I've gotten into my practice where I've seen so many people practicing, witchcraft or, hoodoo practices and all of that. When I first came out, when I came into it, no one spoke about this kind of stuff. There was nobody, there was no groups on, spirituality and all this kind of stuff. It was groups about, African culture and, African gods and stuff like that. But it was no groups like I see now. It was not like it is now. The scammers are real. People are out here to get your money, to get you, to buy their stuff. People will say everything that a human wants to hear. I can give you peace, money, wealth, longevity, love, a new man, just to get your money, as I was saying, just to get your money. So be careful out here. And I will talk to you guys next time. Like and subscribe. I am the African Medicine Woman. Peace, y'all.